Hey guys, happy Friday. It is Dory from Stampin' Always with Dory here to share a few Christmas cards with you this evening using the Sweet Stockings Suite. Say that 3 times fast. So we are going to start out, and I'll be showing you how to make 5 different cards this evening. And here's the Sweet Little Stockings stamp set. And this is the one that incorporates the pets as well. But I did not use the pets in my creations, but you could always add pets to your stockings or presents or whatever you would like. It says Santa Paws is coming to town, peace, joy, and kisses. So, you know, you could add your favorite animal to your creation if you would like. Okay. So we're going to start out with the Z fold card here. And these are probably a little bit more non-traditional colors. I went with Pool Party and Bumblebee and then a little pop of Cherry Cobbler. So happy Friday, Jody. Hopefully you haven't floated away over there. So, so we're using Pool Party and Bumblebee. Okay, let me get my pieces here. And this is the designer series paper that has the cute little bulbs inside of it, or not inside of it, on it. And also it has the, let me show you what's on the other side. I like this one too. It's just the Pool Party with a little bit of check going on. And with the Z fold, there's several different ways that you can do this, but I'm going to show you the one that I think is the easiest. So you're going to start with a 4 1/4 by 11 piece of Pool Party cardstock, and you'll go ahead and you'll fold it in half. And then hopefully you have a Stampin' Up! Scoring product, but if you don't, you can go ahead and just fold the front piece back on itself. And that gives you, as you can see, the Z fold. Okay, nice, quick, and simple. A great way to add a little bit of, you know, pizzazz to your projects. Okay, so I'm going to add a piece of Bumblebee to the front of my cardstock here using my Stampin' Seal Plus. Love that. So we're going to add that to the front. And then we have this piece. You could use the light bulbs if you wanted to, but I decided to save those for the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and use the checks on the outside. Try not to make my phone wiggle and jiggle too much. Here we go. All right, just like that. All right, then you're going to take a piece of your Bumblebee, I just like to say that word, cardstock, and you're going to put that on the inside as your layer. Okay. Again, just using your adhesive. I'm trying to go slow so I don't make my phone wiggle and jiggle all over the place. And there we go. All right. And then we're going to just use a partial piece of basic white because we're going to put a piece of the light bulbs on the other side. And so when you close it, it looks like you have the 2 pieces of designer series paper. Okay, but we don't need a whole piece. So this is a great way to conserve some paper. You don't have to go all the way across. So we're just gonna add that piece of, I didn't say whisper white yet, basic white. And we're gonna add another piece here. Okay, and just add our little light bulbs there. And so that is going to be our card. Quick and simple, okay? Then we are going to use our Stitched So Sweetly dies. And these are ones that fit very nicely on the inside of each other, okay? And they do, you can see they have the stitching around the outside. Hi Rise, happy Friday. And so I'm gonna grab my cherry cobbler ink. And there you are, thank you. And this is actually from the first suite that we featured. And I'm just gonna stamp, have a holly jolly Christmas, because with the light bulbs, I think they're super holly and jolly. So I'm going to stamp those right there, just like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put this together, one on top of the other. Okay, like so. And then I'm gonna use some dimensionals, and I'm gonna add this over here on the side. And then I'm also gonna add a little package. This is part, oops, this is like hanging off. I'll put it together in a minute. This little package, it comes in the dies, okay? And I'm gonna use my markers to color this in. So I'm gonna go ahead and color my bow. I like to use the thicker tip of the marker. It's two-sided. And I'm just gonna take and go down there like that. And then I'm gonna come back in and I'm gonna color in my little stripes with Pool Party and Old Olive, which are two of the colors that are featured in our designer series paper. So I'm just gonna go ahead and color that in. You could use your Stampin' Blends if you'd like to add a little shading there, but if you just have markers, you can use those, or if you have blender pens, you could also use those as well. Okay, and so we are gonna add that to the front of the card. With dimensionals. Okay, and remember, when you are doing this, you only put it on one side of this piece here, because, and you're gonna put one on the back of the package. Okay, just throw that around here. You're gonna flip these off. Okay, and so we're just gonna put this here on the side. You wanna make sure your dimensionals don't stick over on the back, because then it will adhere. And then you're just gonna put your little box there on the side, okay? And then one of the neat things that also come in this suite is a pack of the decorative dots, and they're matte decorative dots. So you have the different colors, and you'll notice they kind of do like the ombre, and they go down.
With the stamp, or with the ink.
Yes. Sorry, Angela needs the ink. And so remember, I like to cut these on the side, so you can slip these right out. And then you can add these to your project here. And so I'm going to take and put one on each side of the bumblebee, just like that. Just adding a little pizzazz there to the project. And then that's your card. You can write here. If you wanted to, you could also put a piece of basic white here and, you know, sign your family's name or whatever you wanted to do. This would also be a nice gift card idea. So you could slip a little gift card right here in the center section and use this as a gift card holder too. So that's one of the cards with the Sweet Stockings suite. All right, I'm gonna say that slowly. This is the second one. This uses one of our new in colors, Evening Evergreen. So we're gonna fold that in half. This one is goes lengthwise, so still 4 1/4 by 11, but we're folding it on the side here, or using it on the side. I love this paper. This can be a manly man paper, but it's also fun for the holidays as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put this on. You'll look at the cute little critters on the back. So you have that option too. When you purchase the pack of the designer series paper, you have stripes on one side and adorable critters on the other side. So we have that. And then we have one of these, the scalloped stitched rectangles. I have to say these things slowly or I'm probably gonna embarrass myself. So we have the Sending Lots of Love, and using the Evening Evergreen ink, okay? And we are going to ink up the Sending Lots of Love. And I'm gonna pull this down here so I can see, hopefully it's straight. Yeah, I'll take it. Sending Lots of Love right there across the top. It's a really nice, longer stamp. That's gonna go right in the center. And you are going to use your dimensionals, of course. For those who purchased a packet or to-go kit, you get some dimensionals in your kit. So you can raise it all up if you want. I'm gonna peel the backs off here. And we're gonna add it to the front of the card. Excuse my little dimensional backings. Goes right there on the front. Okay, and then there is a great piece of designer series paper that has stockings on it. And it's actually this piece here, it has the stars on the back, but then you have all these amazing stockings that you can choose from on the front. And in the bundle, remember we bundle and save, so if we purchase a bundle, we get 10% off. You can use the dies and cut out your stockings, whichever stocking you would like, okay? So I went ahead and cut mine out. I have 3 here. So I am going to use this one. This one is gonna be my, whoops. Yeah, I did that right. So I have 2 larger and I have 1 small. I am gonna trim, one of the nice things is there's a little white space around the outside. If your die happens to move just a little bit, it's okay. We're just gonna trim. And we have our 3 stockings. We are going to put them on with dimensionals, of course. Okay. We have 1, I do 3 for, ooh, maybe 3 for each stocking, especially the larger ones. So they're nice and balanced. Okay. And then 2 for the smaller one. Everything's gonna stick to me now. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna start, and I always work from the outside in. So I'm gonna hang my stockings by the chimney with care here. Peel the backs off the dimensionals, like so. Okay. Oops. We're gonna let it go down. There we go. We're gonna peel the backs off. And you have your Sending Lots of Love on your stocking. Then you're gonna have a piece of your basic white that's gonna go on your inside. And the neat thing about this card is you can create a lot of different looks because you have so many different colors and designs of the stockings too. There's also a stocking stamp in the stamp set. So if you wanted to create your own color combination, you could do that as well. But I wanted to use the ones that were in the DSP. I like the color combinations and how they look. So there's card number 2, Sending Lots of Love. So we have a Holly Jolly Christmas, Sending Lots of Love. Okay. All right. Next, we're gonna do this one here. And this one is another fun fold, and it looks just like this. Okay, using another stocking right from the designer series paper. Okay, so this one is going to start with our Simply Scored, and you are going to start, and you're going to score at 2 and 3. You can flip it and score it 2 and 3 again, and then you don't have to worry about more than one measurement, okay? So then we are going to fold this like so. Let's see if I can do this. There we go. So just like that. And this fits in a regular envelope, okay? And what you're gonna do is you have designer series paper. So we're gonna add this piece of the cherry cobbler here. And then we have 2 pieces of the little light bulbs on the side, okay? So you could also do that if you wanted to do, you know, something different. This one might not work as well because you have animals going sideways on it, but if you wanted to change the, you know, the colors, but I want to get as much out of my light bulbs as I can. So I have my little light bulbs here on the side. Okay, just like that. How big was the card base? That is a great question. It is 8 1/4 by something. Hold on, let me measure it. I want to say 5 3/4, but no, it's 5 1/2 by 8 1/4 is what the card base is. Okay, and so then you are going to put this in the center. Looks like this, and it fits. Just has an 1/8 of an inch around the outside there, like that. Okay. Then I picked. You can use whatever stocking you would like. Okay, I picked the old olive stocking, but for this one we're gonna go rogue and wild and pick another one. Okay, so we're gonna take our center section and we are gonna put that on with, I know I heard someone say it in the audience, yes, dimensionals. So we are going to put that layer on there. Okay. And I'm gonna add a stocking, whichever one you would like. So I'm gonna use this one. This is one of the larger stockings. Again, I'm gonna use 3 dimensionals on the back. Okay. I would love for you guys to share this video too. I would greatly appreciate that. So share the Christmas love with others. Peel the back off here. And if you need any products, you can shop DorySchneider.stampinup.net 24/7. If you have some insomnia, you can always get up and look at the Stampin' Up website and see what you need. Okay, so here is the card itself. And then I have I'm going to use the Evening Evergreen again. And there's a little stamp in the stamp set that says Very Merry. So I have a little piece of paper here that it doesn't look like it's going to fit on, but it really does. Very, very carefully, your Very Merry will fit on there. Okay. And so I am just going to cut the edge right there. And then I'm going to give it a little banner look, banner-esque. And I'm just gonna add that right there to the bottom of my card. And I'm gonna use dimensionals for that one too. Okay. And then we're gonna put that there. So you have Very Merry. All right. And I am going to add a couple of my dots. I'm gonna use the old olive for this one. And I'm just gonna put one on each side of this. If you wanna add more, you can, but just one on each side of the stocking there. And then you will have a piece of Whisper White. Oh, I just did it. A piece of basic white. And that's gonna go right here on the back. And so you can, I have my sample here, right there on the back. So if you wanna stamp something, or if it's maybe not one of your favorite people, you might want to send them this, because then you don't have to write a whole lot in the card. You can keep it simple. Just kidding. That was a joke. But anyway, that's where you would put your signature and everything over there on the back. And then this would be the design on the front of your card. Okay? So that's card number 3. All right. And then card number 4 is going to be, use this cute little label here, okay? And we're gonna start out, you'll notice in the stamp set, there's a stamp, sorry, this is covering it, but it says Christmas greetings. Well, I wanted it to be the Christmas on top of the greetings. So I did something that you are allowed to do, and I cut them apart. I know I heard gasps in the audience, but it is okay. So see how they are stacked instead of beside each other. So I did cut them apart, and I wanted my Christmas greetings to look like that. Okay. So then I took a stocking, and this stocking I cut directly out of just a piece of designer series paper. You can see it has the fun, whimsical little swirlies and things like that. Okay. And they also, in this suite, you can purchase felt. They have bumblebee, they have basic white, they have old olive, and they have cherry cobbler. So I'm gonna add a little bit of felt to this stocking. So I'm gonna go ahead, maybe, and put a little bit of adhesive down there on the bottom. And you can use your, and they are stitched, and you can see the stitching. You guys probably can't see it, but it really is stitched, and it really is there.
Okay. When you get your machine, so you can just bring it to me.
All right, so we're gonna do the same on the top. And you can use Stampin' Seal Plus, or you can use pretty much anything, but it just gives the stocking that little, 3D look. Super cute. Got a little bit of, if people want to feel their card, they can, and it's not weird. So we're gonna go ahead and put dimensionals on the back. 3 dimensionals. You can see the little kitty cats and featured on the back, so you do have that option too if you want to make a cat stocking. Hey, Mary B. Okay. So I'm gonna put my stocking like it's hanging, just like that. All right. Then I'm gonna take a piece of old olive and a piece of the designer series paper, which would be cherry cobbler. Oh my gosh, you guys are so friendly tonight. All right. So I'm going to fold this in half, possibly, yeah, and give it a nice fold across the top. This is a nice, quick, and easy one. You can see the cute dogs in the back. There's no die for this one, but I have seen people fussy cut this out and make really cute cards with that one too. So, but they weren't fussy when they did it, of course. So we are gonna put dimensionals. You guys know there's a theme here, right? It's dimensionals on the back of our tag. Okay, like so. And we're gonna peel these off. And peel these off. There we go. And that's gonna go right on the front. Okay. And then we are going to, I'm gonna add some of these little matte doodads. Okay, so I'm gonna use an old olive one down here, one here, and we do them in 3s, right? So the other one, I'm gonna do them askew, and so they're not, and just add a little pop of color there that way. Okay, thanks, Jen. All right, so, and then we'll have a piece of basic white for the inside, and you can put whatever sentiment you would like and go from there. Okay, so there's that one. All right. And last but not least, we have another stocking card. I know you guys are shocked. And this is another one where I cut the stamp set. So it said Santa Paws is coming to town. I cut the paws off of it, and now it just says Santa is coming to town. Okay, because I wanted to be able to use that stamp and not have a dog reference to it. So that's the reason I did that there. All right, so we're gonna start out with this one. We are gonna start out with a piece of basic white cardstock.
What you need?
I need one of those.
What,
Oh, that right there.
This thing's put together.
I don't know where her band.
All right, so we're gonna start out with one of our Stitch So Sweetly dies, actually. Okay, and I cut out using the die one of the stockings. This one I'm gonna trim just a little bit closer. Yeah, wasn't that a commercial with Arid Extra Dry? With Arid Extra Dry. All right, so I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna put my stocking on here with, yep, I heard it, dimensionals.
St. Nicholas and St.
And we're gonna do these, and that's gonna be our,
Losing my train of thoughts, and I ride places and I don't know why I'm there.
our little stocking, okay? Then we have a piece of Whisper White, oh, I did it, basic white cardstock. We're gonna fold that, okay? And then you're gonna use a piece of Cherry Cobbler ink, not ink, cardstock.
Okay, so this card, what's this say?
And you're gonna take, these are actually on the left-hand side, 2 1-inch strips, okay? And you're gonna take it from your pack of designer series paper that you have.
Mine's on the back, just grab mine.
And I'll show you what's on the other side here. So it has the cats that are all decorated. And then you have your little stitched pieces. So what you're gonna do is you'll take it's gonna be 2 1-inch strips, and you're gonna lay them right next to each other. You could just do a 2-inch strip, but I had some leftovers that were not 2 inches. So what I did is I went ahead and just cut them down to 1-inch strips and then use them that way, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And you're gonna trim them. They're gonna be 5 1/4, because your card is gonna be 5 1/2. So you have those, okay? And you can do one of 2 things. You can add it to a piece of designer series paper, if you'd like. Okay, you have this, and then you're gonna add your strips here. Okay, just like so. And then you would put your piece there. And then you're gonna use a piece of scrap white. And I'll show you on the stamp itself. It says, Santa Paws is coming to town. And so what I did, again, is I trimmed it, and it now says Santa is coming to town, okay? So, and then there are the little stars. Then the Santa, and I'll show you that here. This is the Cherry Cobbler ink, okay? And so I went ahead and, let me show you this here at the bottom, and then I'll cut it. just like that. So it says Santa is coming to town, and where the pause was, I just added 3 little stars there. So you didn't have that awkward space. I was the yearbook editor my senior year, and you're not supposed to have.
That really came in handy.
Didn't it? Didn't it? So, yeah.
She's copy editor.
I was photo editor, actually. And that was a great job to have.
That was a hilarious tidbit.
So, I did my Santa's coming to town. I'm going to go ahead and do a little banner edge there. Okay. And there we go. And I'm going to go ahead and put this together. This is another great way to use up some of your designer series paper. And I have a snail here next to me. I'm going to use that. It's one of our older adhesives, but instead of getting up and walking to the other table, I'm just going to use that one. All right, so I'm going to use the stitching here on the side and just add that. We've got lots of cherry cobbler going on here. We've got stitches. The good kind, not the kind you have to go to the ER for, but the good kind. All right, so you're gonna line this up. Like I said, I just had strips of this laying around, so I decided to put the 1-inch strips next to each other. Okay, so you have your little cherry cobbler, your stocking. Your stocking is hung by the chimney with care because, as you know, Santa is coming to town. So we're gonna put these on. And we're going to peel these off, put them on, peel them off. Okay, and we're going to add this here. And I add it right in the center. All right, and then I'm going to put my Santa is coming to town down at the bottom. And that one, again, of course, I'm going to use dimensionals on that too. All right. So there we go. We've got the Santa is coming to town. And of course, I can't not add something to this. So you'll notice it's kind of monotone. It's all cherry cobbler. So what am I going to do? Add more cherry cobbler. So I'm going to put one here and one down there at the bottom. Okay. If you wanted to, you could add one on each side, but usually when it's a kind of design like this, it's nice to just highlight the sides, so you can do, you know, top and bottom or left and right and go from there. So that is your Santa is coming to town. And again, you could use so many different stockings. You have so many choices. So you could use so many different stockings if you would like. And you could use a shorter one, you could use a smaller one, depending on your foot size. So yeah, so those are the 5 projects with the stockings. Okay, and I thank you guys for joining me this evening. Again, if you need any product, you can always visit doryschneider.stampinup.net. If you have any questions, let me know. And I hope you guys enjoyed the projects this evening. Please like this and share away. Have a great evening. Take care and stay dry. Bye-bye.